English Short Stories, Part 5.
What's behind the door? Dottie looked at the door. It was a closet door. The door had a silver handle. The silver handle was round. The round, silver handle was a doorknob. One day she tried to turn the doorknob. She tried to open the closet door. But the doorknob didn't turn. She couldn't open the closet door. The closet door wouldn't open. The door was locked. Why is the door locked? Dottie asked her mom. Her mom said it was locked for her safety. What's behind the door? She asked her mom. Her mom said a rifle was behind the locked door. Daddy kept a rifle in the closet.
A wild cat, the cat was not moving. It was lying in the grass. The cat was black and white. It was a pretty black and white cat. It was cold outside. The cat was lying on its stomach. It was dark outside. The porch light shined on the cat. The cat looked at Sissy. "Mom, can I have the cat?" she asked her mom. Her mom came outside on the porch. She looked at the cat. "That is a pretty cat," her mom said. "Can I have it?" Sissy asked. Her mom said no. Maybe the cat belonged to another family. Maybe the cat was wild. If it was wild, it might bite Sissy. Flying saucer. His dad liked to fly balloons. His dad bought big balloons and filled them with helium. Helium is a gas. It is a gas that makes balloons float into the sky. One day his dad brought home a new balloon. He took it out of the box. He took it outside. He tied the balloon to spikes with ropes. The spikes were in the ground. The ropes and spikes kept the balloon on the ground. He filled the balloon with helium. He asked Junior what the new balloon looked like. "It looks like a flying saucer," said Junior. "It looks like a real flying saucer. Is there an alien inside?" "Let me drive." Davy was 10. His dad was driving the car. The radio was on. His dad was listening to the radio. The man on the radio was talking about an accident. The accident was on the freeway. 2 people were dead. The accident had just happened 30 minutes ago. His dad told him that life can be short. Accidents happen everywhere. They happen to everyone. "You must always be careful, Davy," his dad said. "Never be in a hurry. Always pay attention to other drivers." Davy said he would be a careful driver. He would never be in a hurry. He would always pay attention. "Can I drive the car now?" he asked his dad.
Red spots. He looked in the mirror. What were all those red spots on his face? Every morning he had fresh red spots on his face. Were they insect bites? Were insects biting him at night? What were those red spots? They would usually disappear in a few hours. Then his face would look normal. It would look like a normal face. It would have no red spots. But every morning, he had an ugly face. All those red spots. What was happening at night? Was it his pillow? Was something in his pillow? Was something in his pillow making the red spots? He would buy a new pillow. Maybe his pillow was the problem.
Rose Queen, she won the contest. She won the Rose Queen contest. She was the new queen for the Rose Parade. She was so happy. She would be in the parade on New Year's Day. She was so excited. She would be on TV. Millions of people would see her. She would wave to people on the sidewalks in Pasadena. Pasadena was the home of the Rose Parade. Every year, thousands of people spent New Year's Eve on the sidewalks of Pasadena. They wanted to see the Rose Parade. Almost 50 floats are in the Rose Parade every year. All the floats are beautiful. They have lots of beautiful flowers. She would ride on a beautiful float. She would wave to everyone. Her parents and friends were so happy for her.
Piano player, he played the piano. He played it very well. He started playing the piano when he was 6 years old. That was 7 years ago. Now he was 13 years old. He was very good. He won one piano contest after another. A famous piano teacher heard him play the piano. The teacher said, "I want to bring you to New York. I will teach you how to be even better. I will teach you how to be the best piano player in the whole world." He didn't like that idea. He wanted to stay at home. He wanted to stay with his parents and his friends. His parents wanted him to go. They said they would visit him in New York every weekend.
Shoot it down, the country is full of criminals. Criminals are in every city. Criminals are on every block. They break all the laws. They don't care about the laws. There are thousands of laws. The criminals break all the laws. They laugh when they break the laws. The police watch the criminals. They try to arrest the criminals. The criminals shoot at the police. They kill the police. Last week they shot down a police helicopter. The helicopter crashed to the ground. The criminals ran over to the helicopter. All the policemen on the helicopter were dead. The criminals stole the guns from the dead policemen. They walked away from the helicopter. They were laughing.
8 babies. The woman had 8 babies at one time. She was famous. Nobody could believe it. It was a world record. How could anyone have 8 babies at one time? Her doctor had given her special drugs. The special drugs made her have 8 babies. She was happy to have 8 babies. I grew up all alone, she told the reporters. I did not like being alone. I decided that I would have many babies when I grew up. So now I have many babies. I am so happy. I am a lucky woman to have 8 babies. I will love them all, and they will all love me.
Hole in the wall. The bathroom wall had a nail in it. He pulled the nail out of the wall. It was a big nail. When he pulled the nail out, a hole was in the wall. It was a big hole. He wanted to repair the hole. He went to Walmart. Walmart has everything for sale. Walmart is a very popular store. He asked a clerk, "How can I fix a nail hole in my bathroom wall?" The clerk said it was very simple. A nail hole was easy to fix. Just buy this tube of nail hole filler. Then squeeze it into the hole, the clerk said. He took the filler home. He squeezed it into the hole. He let the filler dry overnight. The next day, there was no hole.
New hair color. Susan didn't like the color of her hair. Her hair was changing color. It used to be all black, but now it was turning gray. She didn't like the gray hair. Gray hair made her look older. She didn't want to look older. She made an appointment with the beauty salon. A week later, she went to the beauty salon. The hairdresser colored Susan's hair. She added a little bit of purple color to Susan's hair. When the hairdresser finished, Susan looked at her hair. She liked it. She couldn't see any gray hair. All she could see was black hair with a little bit of purple tint. The purple tint looked nice. Susan hoped her boyfriend would like it.
His leg hurts. There was something wrong with his leg. It burned. But it burned in one spot only. He didn't know what was wrong. The spot was smaller than a dime. It was on the back of his leg. He picked up a hand mirror. He used the hand mirror to look at the back of his leg. He saw a small lump. He put his finger on the lump. The lump was hard. It wasn't a soft lump. The lump felt like a small stone. It was like a small stone under his skin. But it was like a small stone that was on fire. It burned. Something was wrong. He needed to see a doctor.
Sleep in the car. He had very little money. It was cold outside. It was winter. But he was inside. He was inside his apartment. Right now he was okay, because he was inside his apartment. But next month he would not be okay. Next month he would be outside his apartment. He had lost his job. He couldn't pay his rent. He had called his landlord. He asked his landlord if he could stay an extra month for free. His landlord said no. His landlord said, "If you can't pay the rent, you must go." Where could he go? He would sleep in his car. But a car is a cold place in the winter. He was very sad. A beautiful jacket. He loved his new jacket. It was his favorite jacket. He loved the color. It was tan. He loved the weight. It was medium weight. It was not too light. It was not too heavy. He loved the fit. It fit him well. He put the jacket on. He looked at the jacket in the mirror. It looked good. What a good-looking jacket, he thought. He went to the doctor's office. The office was warm. He took his jacket off. He put it on the chair next to him. A nurse called his name. He stood up. He went to the examination room. He forgot that his jacket was on the chair. But it wasn't on the chair for long. Another patient took it home.
Let's go fishing. They walked onto the dock. They got into the boat. They had all their fishing gear. They were going fishing. They loved to go fishing. Sometimes they caught a lot of fish. Sometimes they caught a couple of fish. Sometimes they caught no fish. But fishing was fun even if they caught no fish. The boat left the dock. The boat stopped in the middle of the lake. Everyone put worms on their hooks. Some people put live worms on their hooks. Some people put dead worms on their hooks. Some people put rubber worms on their hooks. Everyone dropped their hooks into the water. Then they waited. They waited for the fish to bite the worms. No help from coworker. Patty needed help with her computer. She asked a coworker to help her. Patty said she would treat her coworker to a nice dinner. Her coworker asked, "What kind of dinner?" Patty said a nice Chinese dinner. Her coworker said that sounded good. She would come over to Patty's apartment at 7 o'clock. Patty went home after work. She made a delicious Chinese dinner. But her coworker didn't show up at 7 o'clock. Her coworker didn't show up at 7:30. Her coworker didn't call. Patty called her coworker. No one answered. At 9:30 Patty went to bed. The phone rang. It was her coworker. Patty didn't answer the phone. Tomorrow she would ask someone else to help her.
Fun at the beach. He was bored. He wanted to do something fun. He wanted to do something fun with his friend. He called up his friend. I'm bored. Let's do something fun, he said. His friend said, that sounds great. I'm glad you called. I'm bored, too. What do you want to do? He said he wanted to go to the beach. His friend said that sounded great. He picked up his friend in his car. They went to the beach. They threw a frisbee to each other. They swam in the ocean. They built a big sand castle. They watched the sailboats. They watched the seagulls. He drove his friend home. That was fun. Let's do it again sometime, his friend said.
He loves hot dog. He was driving home. He couldn't wait to get home. He was hungry. He hadn't eaten in 8 hours. 8 hours ago he had eaten 2 hot dogs. The hot dogs were delicious. He had put lots of mustard, onions, and relish on the hot dogs. They were so delicious. He got home. He walked upstairs. He walked into his apartment. He opened his refrigerator. He took a package out of the refrigerator. It was a package of hot dogs. He took 2 hot dogs out of the package. He put them into the microwave. He took mustard, onions, and relish out of his refrigerator. He grabbed 2 hot dog buns. He was ready to eat 2 more delicious hot dogs.
Circus clowns. She went to the circus with her parents. She was excited. She had never been to a circus. There were many clowns at the circus. She liked the clowns. They had funny faces. They had big, red noses. They wore funny hats. They wore big shoes. Their shoes were much bigger than her dad's shoes. They were twice as big as her dad's shoes. The clowns had loud horns. They honked their horns at each other. They didn't talk. They used their horns to talk. Honk, honk. She laughed at the clowns. They were so funny. They made her laugh. She told her dad, "Daddy, guess what? When I grow up, I'm going to be a clown."
A famous painter, his dad was reading one section of the newspaper. His mom was reading another section of the newspaper. His older sister was reading another section of the newspaper. He had the comics section of the newspaper. That was the best part of the newspaper. He didn't understand the words. He wasn't able to read. But he liked the comics. He liked the drawings. They were all different. All the animals were different. All the people were different. All the drawings were black and white. He colored the drawings with his crayons. He showed the colored drawings to his mom. She liked them. "Those are beautiful colors," his mom said. "Someday you will be a famous painter." Too much stuff, he had to clean out his apartment. There was so much to clean out. He had hundreds of books. What was he going to do with them? He couldn't keep all of them. He was moving to a smaller apartment. There was no room for all his books in his new apartment. There was no room for his bicycle. What was he going to do with his bicycle? He had a big TV. The TV was too big for his new apartment. What was he going to do with his big TV? He called up his brother. "Do you want my books, my bike, and my TV?" he asked. His brother said, "You should have a yard sale."
A stranger in the neighborhood, she looked at the man. He was walking on the sidewalk. She did not know this man. He was a stranger. She did not trust this man. He did not live in this neighborhood. She was driving her car slowly. She was almost home. She drove past the man. She watched him in her rearview mirror. He stopped walking on the sidewalk. He walked up her neighbor's driveway. A car was in the driveway. He walked up to the driver's door. He stopped. Then he walked back to the sidewalk. What was he doing, she wondered. Then she realized what he was doing. He was testing the driver's door. He was testing it to see if it was locked. She called the police.
The swine flu. It was September. People were getting sick all over the world. They were getting sick from the flu. The flu was called H1N1. Some people called it swine flu. The swine farmers did not like that. They said, "Stop calling it swine flu. Swine don't have the flu. You can't get the flu from eating swine. Swine are also called pigs. We get bacon and ham from pigs. We get pork from pigs. But we don't get the flu from pigs." We get the flu from a virus. The H1N1 virus was making everyone sick. In October, they distributed a new vaccine. The new vaccine protected most people from the virus. The people were happy. The swine farmers were happy.
Where's my money? Jack was angry. Joe owed him money. Joe owed him $100. Joe had borrowed $100 a month ago. He had borrowed the money 30 days ago. He said he would pay Jack back the next week. He said that he would pay Jack back in 7 days. But he didn't pay Jack back in 7 days. He didn't pay Jack back in 14 days, or 21 days, or 28 days. After 30 days, Jack was very angry. He called up Joe. You owe me $100. You borrowed $100 from me 30 days ago. Where is my money? I want my money now, Jack said. Joe said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." You're right. I borrowed $100 from you. I owe you $100. Can I pay you back next week?
Get your flu shot, it is flu season. You must be careful. It is very easy to catch the flu. You should wash your hands often. You should get a flu shot. A flu shot will help protect you. But there is a problem with a flu shot. The problem is the needle. The nurse will stick a needle in your arm. Your arm will be sore for a day. Maybe 2 days. Nobody likes to have a sore arm. But which is worse, a sore arm or a sore body? A sore body is worse than a sore arm. Do you want your arm to hurt, or do you want your whole body to hurt? Your body will hurt for a week. Maybe it will hurt for 2 weeks.